If you love Baltimore sports, you'll love WNST.net.
Well, it's funny because I kind of made the conscious choice not to look at it that way. You know, never to have a moment. You know, where, he's arrived or he's our guy. He's our quarterback this week to win this game. That was like the whole deal, pretty much the whole way. Then I kept getting asked that question, but I think if looking back on it, probably the moment where I think everybody knew that, well, he can win a game for us, really on his own, was the Browns game. You know, we go down all of a sudden 27-13 in the middle of the third quarter. They score fast, and we're kind of on the verge of getting blown out. And he takes us down the field twice. The next time you see the scoreboard with the defense, we're back up 28-27 because he took the ball down and scored. We had a turnover or something, took it right back in and scored again. You know, and it was him throwing the ball down the field.
Does the team now buy into that at that point?
Yeah.
Saying, okay,
yeah.
So it wasn't really what you thought. The locker room thought that, okay, we got something special.
Yeah, this guy can take over a game. You know, that's kind of, don't you think that's what players look for in a quarterback?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Were you aware of him at all when he was a kid playing across the road?
No, I'd like to say I was. I knew about Matt Ryan. You know, you hear about, I was over down the other side.
You went to a lot of Audubon games.
Yeah, I didn't see Audubon too much in the daily news. I mean,
They were terrible. They were a terrible high school team.
I hate to admit it, but I didn't know Audubon was a high school. You know, I mean,
I thought it was a flower.
It's a society. I know it was a society.
The green wave.
I know that. Please don't put that.
I was going to say, we'll cut that out.
Poor coach over there.
You talked about Cam's play selection with him. I mean, you mentioned the other day, you threw a lot outside the numbers with him. You could do that with a guy with that kind of arm, can't you? Where, I mean, if he didn't have that arm, he'd be forced to throw passes that would be a little bit riskier.
Yeah, I think that's interesting. You know, to me, that's a really good observation because most of the time you say, okay, you're going to keep it a little bit safer. You're going to keep the throws inside the numbers. You know, the curls and the crossing routes and the over, you know, the shallow cross and the basic cross and all that, which get picked off sometimes because you don't see those backers underneath. They change the drops up. Where Joe's got the arm strength to throw the stop nines, the outs, 9 routes. He throws the deep ball as well as anybody. The deep comebacks. And he can take that ball from one hash and throw it 25 yards down the field on the other sideline, and it's a rope. Who was it against? I can't remember. Maybe it was Miami. But he threw one ball that, to me, was across the field. The corner was driving on it. It was an 18-yard comeback. And I'm looking at it going, you've seen that throw many times. That's a touchdown the other way. You know, that ball's getting picked for a touchdown. It just was like, you know, don't. You know, it was in there. You know, it was a completion. Nice throw. Great decision.
Did you?
If you love Baltimore sports, you'll love WNST.net.